You're watching Fugitive Red-Eye, and welcome to another DVD collection update. To start off with today, we have Fateful Findings, a Neil Breen film. And though this may just look like a shitty bootleg, I assure you this is exactly how it is released, and this is the original case. That's the website one can buy it at if they're so inclined, but if you're unfamiliar with Neil Breen, he's in a similar vein to Tommy Wiseau, where he makes really shitty movies, but has gained an ironic cult following. And I've been wanting to check him out. The acting is really bad. I've seen some clips from this one, so I thought it looked pretty fun. But the only way to buy his movies officially is on his websites for the movies, and each of them costs like $30, except for his documentary that's a retrospective on his career that's like $150. And as you can see, it's on a DVD-R, which it does tell you on the front as well, but thought I'd show you the back anyway. But has all the copyright warning stuff on it, and it has the runtime listed on it, so that's pretty nifty. And speaking of directors that make shitty movies, we have Magnificent Natural Fists, directed by Godfrey Ho. Now, if you don't know who Godfrey Ho is, he made like 150 ninja movies or something like that. Maybe it was only 117, but he made over 100 ninja movies. And the way he made said ninja movies is by reusing a lot of old existing footage from other ninja movies and similar things to that. And then to fill in the gaps, he would poorly film scenes that are very, very clearly a different movie and would cut them together to make them into whole movies. And from what I understand, they're pretty bad, so I wanted to take a look at it too. Alright, now on to something I'm hoping is good, but I've heard mixed things about, and that's the Wicked City live-action movie. Now, I personally really liked the Wicked City anime, so I'm hoping that the movie is good too. We'll see. I mean, granted, the anime was a movie, but the live-action version I'm hoping is good. It's a Hong Kong movie rather than a Japanese movie, but the Initial D movie was a Hong Kong movie, and I liked that, so, I mean, that's not necessarily one way or the other. But there's the disc itself. I'm assuming this movie's probably toned down in comparison to the anime. But yeah, I'm hoping it's good. Next up, we have a DVD of Tensai Takeshi no Genki. Good, and then the rest is kind of cut off. But it's a game show with Takeshi Kitano in it. It's only been released in Japan. This is my second ever purchase from Yes Asia. I know absolutely nothing about this game show, but it looks interesting. Looks like a standard, weird Japanese game show, so I look forward to it. And I will, of course, be talking about it on Takeshi Tuesdays. But there's the disc and the insert. Next up, we have Survivor Series 2020, which was the final farewell to The Undertaker. So that's the whole reason I bought this. I was going to watch it on WWE Network, but I didn't want to have to buy a subscription and then cancel it. I did find clips of it on YouTube, but I didn't get to see the whole thing. From what I saw, it did look kind of anticlimactic, but still, The Undertaker is my favorite wrestler, so I do want to see that. And that said, they did gather a lot of his old rivals and teammates, so that was pretty cool at least. And Vince McMahon did say WWF for the first time in years. So that was pretty cool, because he, wasn't allowed to say WWF for the longest time, but he actually said it. So that was kind of cool. But as you can see, this is a 2-disc set. It comes with a trading card, too. It has this guy on it, Braun Strowman, who I have no idea who the hell that is, because I haven't really kept up with wrestling in years. But I do still like the older stuff, as I've mentioned multiple times. Now on to some VHSs. These were promotional VHSs they used to have at Blockbuster that would advertise video games, so this one's for Banjo-Kazooie. But from what I understand, this should contain footage of 12 Tales Conquer 64 on it, so that's the whole main reason I bought it. Because I thought that's pretty cool. But it is, a tape that's to promote Banjo-Kazooie. Here's a tape in a similar vein, but for Diddy Kong Racing. This one came in a bundle with the Banjo-Kazooie one and one other, so that's why I got it as well. But I do really like Diddy Kong Racing. Then there's one for Pokemon, which I'm really not as interested in. There are certain things of Pokemon that I still like. Like, I like the first movie. And I did play some Pokemon Stadium with a friend of mine not too long ago, and that was pretty fun. But I've never really been, a huge fan of Pokemon. Well, that's not true. I was as a teenager. I absolutely loved Pokemon as a kid and a teenager. But as an adult, I've kind of, lost interest in it. And even when I was younger, I was kind of a purist with it and only really liked Gen 1/Gen 2 at best. That and I didn't play the games. I only ever watched the anime and collected the cards. Not that I played the game, because nobody knew the fucking rules to that card game. But I did collect the cards. Now on to some digital collections. Now, I want to be clear, I didn't buy either of these. because I didn't really care to own them, but since they were free, I did take them, because why not? But essentially, my Xbox's disk drive is having a lot of problems. This Xbox has a lot of problems, as is. But I wanted to play Halo MCC Live the other day, and I was going to just buy Xbox Live and play it, but since the disk drive's being a bitch, I just decided to buy 3 months of Game Pass. And I bought it on a card, not on my debit card, but I bought the card subscription because I don't want to auto-renew, because fuck that. But when I got Game Pass, it comes with perks. I got the first season of Dragon Ball Super and the first 13 episodes of One Piece for free. I have little to no interest in One Piece, but since it's free, I thought I'd give it a chance, since I do have a friend that really likes One Piece, so maybe I'll watch it. It's free, so why not own it? It doesn't really look interesting to me, though. I honestly think One Piece looks kind of bad, in my opinion. But Dragon Ball Super Season 1 was garbage. That said, might as well own it anyway. Here's the thing, I like certain parts of Dragon Ball Super, but the first 2 arcs is definitely not one of the parts I'm a fan of. And when they say first season, I think this is actually not the first season. I think it's Volume 1 of the Blu-rays, but they called it Season 1. Either way, I'm not a ton interested in it, but I have seen a few episodes of this arc, and it's better to just watch Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, in all honesty. But anyway, I own it now, so what the hell. Next up, we have Bootman Bill's collection. So we have Shin-Chan Gaiden Omacha Wars, which is the second season of Shin-Chan Gaiden. From what I understand, Omacha Wars means something like Toy Wars, so I assume it's going to be like the toys coming to life or something. But this is one of those Malaysian bootlegs yet again. And this is a slightly nicer release than the copy of Shin-Chan Gaiden Season 1 that he has. This is done by clearly different bootleggers that make it a little bit nicer. But this is one of the ones that has the case, like, inverted. Much like a manga, where the front cover is on this side, and then the disc is on this side. As you can see there. I will, of course, be getting around to reviewing this once I watch it as well. Just like I did with Season 1 of Shin-Chan Gaiden. Then there's Haunted Lives, which is an old TV series apparently about true ghost stories. And it's reenactments of those stories. As you can see, this bootleg just has a printed-off case that they typed it all out and put, like, a picture on the front. It's very, very low effort with the way they made it look. They didn't try to make it look real. Which is further exemplified by the wondrous disc art there is, so there you go. But that does it for this collection update. This has been Fugitive Red Eye. I hope you've enjoyed it. Have a great rest of the day, and toodles.